Hello, good morning, traders around the world. Welcome here at XM Live Education. We are in the beginner room, and my name is Frank, and I welcome you here to the weekly outlook. We are looking mainly technically to the markets and trying to get an idea what interesting trades we could find this week, trying to put the ideas into life, into the, putting them alive. That's the right wording, and trying to get some money out of the markets towards the end of the week or towards the end of the day, however you want to feel it. And I'm welcoming as well all our viewers here at our XM Global live education stream. And of course, today as well, I would like to welcome all the viewers on YouTube that are with us. And if you have at any point during the presentation some question, or during the you know the analysis some question, please use the chat function either in our stream at our home base xmglobal.com or in the YouTube section. Wherever you ask, I will get to know about it and I will provide you the answer. So questions could be like markets that you want to see, markets you want to get an idea about, or as well, if I'm now explaining you a little bit of strategy I'm using, if you have questions to the strategy, to the to the procedure we are using, please never feel hesitant to ask. We are here on the US 500. US 500 is the product for that stands for the S&P. S&P is a stock index, and the stock index, of course, includes here 500 stocks out of the United States. And this is a broad index and gives you always, it's already a trading strategy, I would say, because they are selected the most successful 500 companies of United States, and they're giving you a good overview about how the market at the moment is developing. As it's such a broad index, the volatility in the index itself is not as high as, for example, in the Dow Jones, where you only have like 30 companies, or as well, um, kind of um, the German index or the US 100 when we are talking about the growth values, the technology stocks, right? So this is things where we have much more volatility. This is a little bit broader, but gives also a broader market overview. So what we are having here right now is that we saw a September that was dropping in the first part of the month. Then we are having in the second part, in the second third, or the two last thirds of the month, we're seeing now a growing market. We still have 1 week to go in September, but you see that in September we have a positive performance so far, so it's bullish. But anyway, I put a short order into this market. Why do I have that? You know, you're seeing like a bearish divergence. I got before in the session when I was in the advanced room, we got the question, okay, how many touch points you need on a divergence that you get to know that the market falls really? To be very honest, I never know if a market really falls or if a market really grows. I have an idea, I put the idea in the system, and if the idea works out, I'm making money. If the idea doesn't work out, I don't make money. That's my business. This is what I'm doing. I'm creating ideas on the market. The idea what I'm having here on the US 500 is that we are seeing now, like since really like many trading days, a positive performance. We are saying as well it's an extended market, so market was running long time to the upside, and we are having had last week an interest rate decrease, which was giving the market a little bit of a punch, let me say, a positive attitude. Market was celebrating it, but you saw already on Friday that market couldn't make new highs anymore. Market paused. Is it now a sign for reversal? Well, not yet, but it could be. You see as well my stop loss, this is the red line here on the top, is much higher than the entry price. So I want to give the market a little bit of space still, because this idea was actually based on the idea of the presidential elections, which are coming in November. Long time until then. But what I said is my belief is that before the elections, we are still dropping in the market. It's like 2 months. Of course, I will be at one point right. I think we don't grow until till November now. Definitely, there will be coming days when we drop, but the idea was okay because we have usually very, very good seasonality in the presidential election cycle. So they're usually positive after presidential elections, actually independent from who is going to be elected. If it's like the Republican candidate or a Democratic candidate in the past, it didn't make a difference. Markets were growing, right? Most of the time. And that a market can better grow, it's good when the market is coming lower. So this is the idea what I'm basing it on. And well, we could see already like that this idea works out or not. But this is a little bit a long-term idea. Um, when we are trading, and this is also the template what you're seeing here about when you're doing really trading and say, hey, I'm okay with longer term trades, but I also would like to get my profits off the table. I don't want to be exposed to the market like such a long period of time. Um, so let me quickly explain you here what template you are seeing. I take a look at it. You have four indicators. You have like the RSI cross. You load an RSI with factor 10, so with periods of 10 into the trading platform. Into the RSI, you're loading a moving average calculated onto the RSI. And it's crossing. And always when it crosses, you see a directional change. And best is when market comes from here and then crossing. This is a good long signal. Market comes from here, it's crossing, it's a good short signal. This is what the idea of the overall trend is about. At the moment, you see, we had coming it from low. We had here a nice long signal. It's still long. It didn't cross back. So you see that this position here, technically speaking, is much too early usually, right? Because we're still in this uptrend situation. I have no indication. The only thing that I know when I'm looking at my chart here, and this is the other two indicators, these moving averages, which I'm calculating around like a band around the prices, so that I'm having here the prices at this very moment at at a relatively high price level. And it's actually a situation when I could imagine that markets giving us at least a little bit of a lower price in the next couple of days, right? So a trading idea could be when I want to short it, I would like to have it at selling prices. Selling prices are usually high, and when I want to buy it back, it should be at relatively low prices. Like for example here, you get into relatively high prices, it's coming into lower prices. Okay, the problem is always we should rather think about to do it in trend direction than against the trend direction. Against the trend is always a little bit difficult because it might be doesn't come back, it comes back just here to lower prices, but then you see your your selling price was lower than your buying price, so this is a minus that you are doing. Here when you're looking for trend, then it's very often you have a better chance to get into that one. Yeah, so in my case, I totally do the opposite thing what I just said. I sell it at high prices against the trend and hoping kind of that my idea is correct what I'm seeing here from the technical analysis. And you see that my probabilities in this trade are not so high. I must honestly commit. Yeah, they're not so high. It's a try. The better option for me now will be to wait market coming into lower prices again, right? So like here, you are in an uptrend, then market comes to discount prices, like here, like here, like here. This is a bad situation. Here you get quite a loss, but you could also then, when this trade is gone, you could get again and get quite good prices in. Okay, so this is something what you have to be careful about. But usually you don't like just put your limit somewhere. Usually you wait for and recognize the market. And if you see such a bearish candle that is eating up actually a whole, let me say, half of a month already, not necessarily you would like to go for and taking a long trade against it, right? So you rather wait until you get again better situations, until market again turning around, going again, getting higher highs, and then you get and go for looking for the long opportunities. So this is a little bit a system. So we have an information system that gives us an early indication, potential trend reversals. That gives us information about a trend in general. That gives us information about average low and average high prices of the market in the last in the most current periods. This is what we are trading here about. Okay. And based on that, you can also look into the market and say, hey, how probably this market, or what means probably, how you expect the market is continuing, to develop in the next couple of days, for example. And yeah, and that's pretty much what we are here doing about. So this is, for example, how we placed our a long, or at least we wanted. I'm not sure if we got it, honestly speaking, last week. I think we had no, we had Bitcoin on our view, didn't we? Bitcoin. So this was one of the trades that we had lately tried here in. At least we saw it like that when we go into our template here. So then we saw that, for example, in the Bitcoin, exactly such a situation occurred when we went into the September, in the beginning of September. You saw here this kind of early trend reversal situation. Not sure if we got a trade here or not. Let me check that out. No, there we got only this one here. This was, it was already much earlier when we got it. But similar situation here, honestly speaking, right? When we tried it, you see here we got um here it was. Sorry, this was the trade I was still having in my mind. It was this situation here that we took. Right, and similar situation happened. I think I placed here a limit order which I didn't got executed, so I took it off. This was the situation. Early indication that we might get a trend change, and that could be here an entry area. And now you see Bitcoin was coming back to 63,465. So this could have been really a good one, to take it here to the upside, this trade. And something like this is what we are looking for, actually. Of course, you could combine it as well with different kind of indications, but this is the template I'm using here currently for showing different kind of trading opportunities. And then if you get this trade executing and you are in this uptrend situation, then you can even start and thinking about, okay, when do I get new lower prices? So you see it here coming in, and you saw it here coming in. So three opportunities still where you could still find some opportunities to further get into the Bitcoin area. Here, this is a tricky one, I must tell you, because it doesn't really come back, right? I think the second one here is a trade that we don't necessarily, that we potentially would not get. Just one second, I have a an issue with my throat right now. Yeah, I got a little bit of cold, and currently I'm having some scratches. You might hear it right now. Just give me 1 second. I'm taking a nip of water, and I think it should be fine again. So I think it's better now. Thank you. Sorry, apologies for that. It's sometimes happening in this time of the weather changes, right? That you catch a little bit of a cold, and it's already getting much better, but still you can feel sometimes the scratches in the throat. And let me also say a big hello to Trader World Jon, who is here with us. Good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are sitting on YouTube. Great to have you with us. So this is the strategy I'm using. And by this, what you can read out of it is that we are having a long situation on the Bitcoin, which I believe Um, that persists still. We have to be slowly getting careful. We are getting here in a situation that we are getting into a oversport situation. Not yet there, but it can be. And we see already